watching this are able to understand the heritage, the culture, and that we actually are walking in prophecy. All right, so we're going to read, the first thing we're going to read is Isaiah 61. And Isaiah 61 is going to describe the Hamashiach, what he did at his particular time, and also go into the future prophecy of what we're doing now. Go ahead.
Isaiah chapter 61 verse 1.
Read loud.
The Spirit of the Lord is upon me, because the Lord hath anointed me to preach good tidings unto the meek.
So at this time, the Mashiach actually said this during his time. Go ahead, read.
He hath sent me to bind up the brokenhearted, to proclaim liberty to the captives, and the opening of prisons to them that are bound.
Again, so the Mashiach made this statement. But because we are disciples, he made an example for his disciples in the last days. So we're going to go into a two-part prophecy with Isaiah 61 speaks of. Go ahead, read.
To proclaim the acceptable year of the Lord.
Wait a minute, to do what?
To proclaim the acceptable year of the Lord.
So the acceptable year of the Most High is talking about the Jubilee. Okay, go ahead, read.
And the day of vengeance of our power.
So now, we know he's talking about future prophecy because it's talking about the vengeance of the Most High. Okay? And so during the Jubilee year, that's, if you notice, that's when we really recently just came out of, if I'm familiar. And if you notice, that's when we had everything happen within the last few years when the feast began back here in Jerusalem. When Zion was revealed to its people. All these things happened within a few years, last few years, during the Jubilee. Go ahead, read.
To comfort all that mourn. To appoint unto them that mourn in Zion.
So the mourn where?
In Zion.
So now this specifically, prophecy is talking about a group of people that are mourning in Zion. So within the last 2,000 years, no one has done this but the brothers who are coming up to keep the feast 3 times a year. Read.
To give unto them beauty for ashes.
So now it says to give unto them. Them meaning those who mourn in Zion. That's a noun. Right? Read that again.
To give unto them beauty for ashes.
So when it says beauty for ashes, meaning that during the Day of Atonement, we take ashes, which is in here. And these ashes, we're going to put the tab, which is the mark of the covenant, on ourselves. Go ahead, read.
The oil of joy.
The oil of what?
The oil of joy.
So the ashes during atonement, the Most High calls this the oil of joy. See, this only can be done in Jerusalem. We're teaching heritage. We're teaching culture. This is why we ask our people to return to Zion, return to the real Jerusalem, so you can understand and learn the heritage that we're doing. We're not reading it, we're living it. Go ahead, read.
The oil of joy for mourning.
Come on.
The garments of praise for the spirit of heaviness.
So what's the garments of praise? Sackcloth. The black. That's why you see all these brothers that made up here for Day of Atonement in black. Because we're going to mourn in Zion. That's what we've been doing for the last 3 to 4 years. Mourning to the Most High. Because our people are committing evil by keeping the feasts. People setting up tents in the captivities. And the scripture tells us in Deuteronomy 16:16 that the 3 feasts only can be kept in Jerusalem. Nowhere else. You have people are all happy and getting and partying and drinking and everything doing what they're supposed to be doing Day of Atonement here. But we're mourning because they're doing these acts, now understanding that the Most High, Fa'i Ya'i Alai, is going to kill them. He's going to slaughter them. Because they're committing adultery still against the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Go ahead, read.
The garment of praise.
Come on.
For the spirit of heaviness.
Read.
That they might be called trees of righteousness.
So he said they. They's talking about those brothers who are mourning in Zion. They might be called the trees of righteousness. So not to be arrogant, but you see these brothers here, every man came up here and sacrificed something. Every man and woman came up here and gave us something that they didn't have. A lot of us didn't have any money. We came here poor. But we made it because Torah was written on our hearts to come here and keep it as it is written in the scriptures. Read.
That they might be called trees of righteousness.
Read.
The planting of the Most High.
The what?
The planting of the Most High.
So the Most High brought us here. This is his doing. Read.
That he might be glorified.
That he what?
That he might be glorified.
So we're not glorifying the elder. We're not glorifying no other, but we're glorifying the Most High. We're giving him praise in Jerusalem, in Mount Zion, the city of David. Read.
And they shall build.
And who?
And they shall build.
They. So that's another God. That's referring back to the brothers that's dwelling in Zion. They should do what?
And they shall build the old waste. They shall rise up for the former. They shall raise up the former desolation.
So then it says they. This, again, the reason I'm showing. I keep saying they because this is specifically giving directions for a certain group of brothers who are coming up here to keep Torah as it is written. So it says they. Read.
And they shall repair the waste cities.
So these are the ones who's going to repair the waste cities. If you look, Jerusalem is desolate. Our roads have to be rebuilt according to the prophecy. Go ahead.
The desolations of many generations.
Come on.
And strangers shall stand and feed your flocks.
So hold on. The strangers are going to feed the flock of those who come to mourn in Zion. It's not referring to everybody else. This is speaking about a group of brothers who are specifically doing the act in Jerusalem and giving praise on the Most High. But they're praying on the behalf not only themselves and their families, but all of Israel. Even the brothers who out there who are thinking they're keeping Torah. You see? Go ahead, read.
And the sons of the alien shall be your plowmen.
Read.
And your vine dressers.
Read.
But you shall be named the priest of the Most High.
It says you should be named the priest. So everybody's not a priest of the Most High. There's only those who are showing up and keeping Torah as it is written. There's only those who come in to mourn in Zion that the Most High is calling his priests. That's specifically. Read.
Men shall call you the ministers of our Allah.
Read.
You shall eat the riches of the Gentiles.
Read.
And in their glory shall you boast yourselves.
Read.
For your shame you shall have double.
So when it says, for our shame, we shall have double. Because people are putting us down. They're doing the same. We calling people back to Zion to keep the feast. And they're laughing at us as the same. They're doing the same time they did Hezekiah when he called people back. They laughed him. They laughed him out. So they're laughing at us saying these boys are stupid. There's no priest here. There's no biblical priesthood. How can you keep a feast? That place is Satan's at that place. But they don't understand that we are prayer warriors. Our prayers is going to take that mountain. Our prayers is going to bring back those who don't believe what we're doing. It's our prayers that are spoken about in prophecy that the God of Israel will listen to. And we're not doing this because it's this Mount Zion. We're doing this because we're looking for a response from the Most High as he said he would. That's why we're coming here.
Right. This is confirmation.
For your shame you shall have double.
Read.
And for your confusion they shall rejoice in their portion.
Come on.
Therefore in their land they shall possess the double.
Read.
Everlasting joy.
So he says, we're going to possess those who come in. This is not it. Look what we have here. The prophecy says that 144,000 should show up. You see? They should show up here. Go ahead, read.
Everlasting joy shall be unto them.
Come on.
For I, the Allah, love judgment.
Come on.
I hate robbery.
Read.
For your burnt offering.
Come on.
And I will direct their work in truth.
Read.
And I will make an everlasting covenant with them.
So he said he will make an everlasting covenant with them. Them are those that are mourning in Zion. So we want you to come. We want you to return to Torah. We want you to return to Jerusalem. We want you to return to the city of David as it is written. It's up to you. Risk everything you got. If you really believe in the God of Israel, and if you really believe that the God of Israel has established Mount Zion, then you should take everything you got and risk to bring yourself here. If you really believe that in the God of Israel, if you really love the God of Israel, Torah should be written right here. None of us is rich. None of us have a flocks of money, but we made it. We made it. Wallah, wallah.
Yaakov.